How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to be talking about basic fundamentals of your turbocharger. Here I got 3 of mine. Figured I'd use them as an example. Also have a manifold here and all the goodies. Here's your turbo manifold right here. It bolts up to your cylinder head on the exhaust side. Comes right through here, of course, enters here, flows here. Now I use the correlating turbocharger for that because that bolts to this one. So right in there is where it bolts onto the bottom, and from your head exhaust gases flow right into this hole, just like on both of these. They flow into that hole and then spin the inside of it. Which has a compressor fan on the inside. Basically, it spins and builds up pressure. All you're looking at right here is fancy air compressors. And basically, right here, which is the front where the fan is that you can see, excuse me, that's where it takes in air. Then out the top, which is here, blows the air out. Basically it blows through an intercooler to cool down the air, then it goes into your intake manifold, creating what they call forced induction, because it's built up pressure. Now on most factory turbos, which these all 3 are factory turbos, you'll see these right here on them. These are what you call the wastegate. What happens is when too much boost is built up to prevent compressor surge or blowing things up, the wastegate opens up with this little vacuum actuator to let out excess boost that could be dangerous. It also opens up when you let off the gas. Now a lot of people think, well, that's what my recirculator valve or blow-off valve is for, but that just lets off post-boost. This is pre-boost. So, basically what it looks like is, you can see it in this one. Here in this KO4 here, off of Mazda Speed 3, this little door, that's the wastegate. See if I have really hard to move. I can't move it. Anyway, this push rod is activated by vacuum, opens up this little wastegate, which takes a lot of pressure to move because there's a spring inside the solenoid, and that's what lets it out. Now, when the wastegate fails, the turbo will not spool or anything. And when it fails, numerous things can happen. I don't know if you can see in that one, but the wastegate is actually melted off, and this wastegate is seized. It got stuck shut, or the push rod's bent or something, and the wastegate melted. So this turbo is actually probably no good. The insides are probably good, but the wastegate's melted. On most turbos, you're going to see a couple holes on it, like this, and then feeding tubes. That's for oil and coolant cooling. Basically every turbo that's cooled one way or another has an in and out, and it's fed from somewhere, and the coolant just runs through little jets that keeps it cool, and so does the oil, and some turbos are actually lubricated from the engine. So I mean, that's basically it. That's your fundamentals here. It bolts up, exhaust goes in, spins the insides, builds up pressure, pushes it out here, and then dumps the excess out of downpipe. That's basically all there is to it. I mean, here's downpipe for this turbo. See, it just bolts straight, just goes right to your exhaust. So, that's pretty much the basic fundamentals of a turbocharger. Also got a dismantled one here. There's really not much to go over. There's a bunch of broken parts and stuff. This turbo, the insides actually blew up. It was over boosted. So, another KO3 I have. But that's your basic fundamentals of a turbo. Hope you enjoyed.